Derry Green's secret garden glamping operation is infamous in the glamping world, booking out 2 years in advance and capturing the attention and investment of UK's Shark Tank's Dragon Den. All of the dragons, or sharks, put in. I don't know about you, but Glamping Guy is on the Derry Greens train. And this video will show you how I'm launching my own social media marketing campaign. Hey, I'm Chris Jube, the Glamping Guy, guiding landowners to develop safe, legal, and profitable accommodations on their private property. I like to say that glamping is the sexiest asset class in real estate, one that I fell into about the same time as Derry Green. If you haven't listened or watched to episode 3 of the Glamping Guy podcast, I strongly encourage you to give it a listen. I have links in the description below. In less than an hour, Derry Green goes into the incredible detail how he turned his little glamping dream into an incredibly successful operation that literally has blessed thousands of people. And we didn't really go into the numbers, but probably has brought him quite a bit of wealth in the process. The podcast explains that Derry got a little bit of media attention back in the day of the COVID lockdowns. And you know what? So did I. I got puff pieces from local media, even some mentions in big media outlets, and they helped for a short time. But what Derry did was pour lighter fluid all over the fire with handy-dandy free tools of social media. And he's riding that wave still today. He has 1.2 million followers, and he books out 2 years in advance, and he credits social media. Now, I don't know about you, but I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I love how easy and free it is to connect with folks that are out there, but I hate how it drags me from my business and my family, and frankly, I sometimes feel like it's draining my soul. Well, Derry gave me several ideas in the podcast, 3 of which I have been applying since we recorded about 2 weeks ago. The podcast aired a week ago Monday, but I really recorded a couple weeks ago. So I got about a month of practice in so far, and I'm gaining some steam. I see the momentum happening. I zeroed in on these 3 nuggets. First, consistency is more important than content. Secondly, Facebook and Instagram is where I should focus. And third, generate content. I have a free download that I think you'll love. If you go to glampingguy.com, I've got that download there. I'll have details below in the description also, because I think it'll be really helpful to glamping hosts out there. Now, I'm one of those social media posters who will get all excited about some content of some sort, post a bunch of posts on Facebook and all sorts of other media channels. They get called off to my real work running my glamping operation. I mean, just right now, I'm recording this content at the moment. My kids are all in school. My wife is the HR person over there. So I have a couple cleans to do. I've got to put my shoes on and go down and do them. That's what I mean by the property is calling for me. I still have to go out and get the work done. So I honestly feel like social media gets in the way of that. Now, Derry shares in the podcast that that's the worst strategy possible, that I'm literally shooting myself in the foot when I just post something once and then take a couple weeks off to get work done. To get work done, I'm actually losing a lot of momentum. I may get attention for a short period of time, but I drop off for that couple of weeks and the algorithms tag me as unimportant. And I want to be important. Honestly, it doesn't matter how good my content is. Derry's point was, though, it doesn't matter how good the content is, consistency matters so much more. So even if it's once a week or once a day or whatever, as long as it's consistent, you'll get noticed. The point taken is this: be consistent with your posting. I dedicated myself to once a day on Facebook and Instagram. Now, I don't know about you, but in my mind, I was thinking, how in the world can I do that once a day? Well, I made a list for myself. And I have the free download at glampingguy.com that you can print up and follow yourself. It's called Glamping Guy's Social Media Content Checklist, giving you 10 solid ideas for creating content on your social media. Now, I have literally printed up this list and used its suggestions to flesh out my content for the week on Facebook. This list has helped me bust through, really, honestly, writer's block. Now, I'm a writer, so I don't typically have writer's block. I come up with ideas pretty fluently, but I think I don't know, I freeze up when it comes to social media posts. Let me give an example of what's on the list. The first suggestion is to showcase new additions. Well, it just so happens that we're installing a new container home this fall, and I've got photos to prove it. Oh, voila, that's a post. Second suggestion, guest experiences. Post testimonials or anecdotes from satisfied guests. Easy peasy. I took some photos of some notes that were left in the tents and in the binders that we leave for our guests, and boom, the post almost writes itself. There are a total of 10 prompts in my download, a link, and so click through that link and you'll get the download and you're welcome. So, content generation covered. What about posting? Well, I had to prune back my ambitions to let go of TikTok, X, Nextdoor, LinkedIn, and any other social media profile I've got out there and get laser focused on just Facebook and Instagram. The two are linked so tightly that they're really just one, which is the point. As the glamping operator for Monument Glamping, I need to get laser focused on communicating my brand to Facebook. I asked Derry how he manages his post because, quite frankly, it at first sounded exhausting. He said it's easy. Facebook has their tools and they're free. I didn't even know it existed, but it's there. It's called the Facebook Planner, and it merges the Instagram seamlessly with Facebook, allowing you to post to both platforms with ease. In fact, I added a bonus to the Glamping Guy social media content checklist that walks you step by step through this process. So go to glampingguy.com and get that bonus download. I'm really proud of the download. I want you to have it. So here's my process with some screenshots. Number 1, access Meta Business Suite. Navigate to the Planner tab from your Facebook page. 2, create a post. Write your content and select where to post, Facebook page, Instagram, or both. Number 3, schedule your post. Choose a future date and time for your post. 4, select groups. That's optional, but I like to do it. Post to relevant Facebook groups that you manage or are a part of. And 5, monitor performance. Use the Insights tab to track engagement and refine future posts. I'm still working on that monitoring performance, but I'm already seeing a few more likes than usual, a few more comments than usual. I feel like Derry's correct. I'm gaining momentum as I move and as I post content. And here's something that Derry was very convicting about, meaning like it really did resonate with me because I'm doing it wrong. That's what I mean by conviction. He said he very rarely posts in order to gain bookings. That's all I was doing for years, honestly. I would post the tent. Why? Well, I wanted to get people to book. I would post, a how-to or something that's trying to be helpful content. Why? Because I wanted them to get the book. Derry says that bookings will come organically. You don't need to add the book button. Even Facebook has that book now button that you can put on a Facebook post. He didn't quite say he never did it, but he very rarely does it. That kind of changed my perspective, honestly. I'm now much more empathetic to my visitor, to my customer. I want to serve them. I want to give them content that they will love and appreciate. If they never book at all, I will still feel fulfilled, okay? So the purpose really isn't to get the booking. The purpose is to be the glamping operator that people will enjoy. And another thing that Derry said was that your customer really isn't what your avatar, what you think is a traditional customer. Your customer is Facebook. You want Facebook, this is me talking to me and you, I want Facebook to see Monument Glamping as the glamping place to go to. This is the hub. If you want a glamping experience, I want Facebook to see me as that person and my business as that place, that destination. That's the key, and I'm moving in that direction. That's what I learned from Derry Green. And that makes that third nugget of generating content a lot more fun. I've been enjoying making content for my guests and for my Glamping Guy audience. It has been less of a chore honestly. What I first saw as exhausting, it might be a big deal, might take up too much time. Oh, I got to go through this process again, and I got to do something online, or else people will forget about me. And instead of it becoming a chore, I kind of look forward to it. And I'll close on this example. Yesterday, my wife usually does this. We have an F&B arm of our offers. So it's not a full food and beverage bar or anything like that, but we put together what we call the Colorado Cookout. And I was stuck with that job yesterday because no one else was home. Wendy usually does it, but I did it yesterday for a guest that was coming in. And so I was putting the burger together and all that stuff. I got this cooler all together and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to make a video out of this. And I sat down at the kitchen table and I put the cooler in front of me and I made the video. I'll have that link down in the description too. Just a two-minute video. I unpacked the cooler and explained that this is what our guest is receiving. I wasn't really thinking about getting people to come or even ordering the Colorado Cookout. It was good content that I think you would enjoy, glamping operators would enjoy, and our guests would enjoy. They kind of get a peek of what they would expect when they pay $55 for this Colorado Cookout food and beverage option at Monument Glamping. So that is an example of just how the content almost writes itself. And I've been enjoying it. It's been a fun process to go through. And I'll just keep creating content. Facebook and Instagram should start moving me into their algorithm and see me as the authority for Glamping Guy and Monument Glamping, and I'm looking forward to it. And I have Derry Green to thank of that, so you follow Derry Green. He's one of my favorite people now, and I hope that this is an extension of my podcast. So go to glampingguy.com and also subscribe to the podcast. I do it on YouTube, Instagram, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. I've got some more coming up, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm Chris Jube, the Glamping Guy, helping landowners develop safe, legal, and profitable accommodations on their private property. I hope this video helps you, and we'll see you for some more.